Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Simple English Space, your comfy corner to learn English through real conversations. Today, we are going to talk about something that many learners find interesting and useful: how to speak English in the library.
Yes, this is a great topic, Anna. A library is a quiet place, but it's also a place where people ask questions, look for books, study, and sometimes work together. So knowing how to use English in this setting is very important.
That's right, Kevin. And here's the hook for today. Imagine you walk into a library. You see hundreds of books, and you really want to find the one book that will help you with your school project. But you don't know how to ask in English. You feel nervous. What do you say to the librarian? That's what we are going to learn today.
Exactly. By the end of this episode, you will feel more confident asking for books, talking to a librarian, or even asking your friend to study with you in the library.
Let's begin with the basics. When you enter a library, you may need to greet someone. A simple greeting is always a good start. For example, you can say, "Good morning," or "Hello." If you want to be more polite, you can add, "Good morning. May I ask a question?"
Yes, and when you need help, it's good to start with a polite phrase. You can say, "Excuse me, can you help me?" Or, "Excuse me, where can I find this book?" These are very basic but very powerful.
Let's break down some useful phrases you might need in the library. Where is the section for history books? How do I borrow this book? What time does the library close? Do you have books about English grammar? Can I use the computer?
Those are excellent. And remember, in a library, you usually need to speak in a soft voice. Whispering or speaking quietly is a sign of respect for others.
Yes, keeping your voice low is very important. Now, let's practice. Kevin, imagine I am the librarian and you are a student who needs help.
Okay, I'll try. Excuse me, can you help me find a book about world history?
Of course. Do you know the author's name?
No, I only know the topic, world history.
That's fine. Please follow me. The history section is on the second floor.
Thank you very much.
Perfect! That's exactly how a short conversation in a library might sound.
Now, let's go a little deeper. Sometimes you might want to ask how to borrow books. This is another common situation.
Right. For example, you can say, "How many books can I borrow? How long can I keep this book? Where do I return the books?"
And the librarian might answer, "You can borrow up to 3 books for 2 weeks." Or, "Please return the books to the front desk."
That's very useful. Now let's practice again. This time, let's create a longer example conversation for our listeners. This will be our first example conversation.
Excuse me, can you help me?
Sure, how can I help you?
I want to borrow this book, but I don't know the rules.
That's no problem. Do you have a library card?
Yes, I have my card here.
Great. You can borrow up to 3 books at a time.
How long can I keep them?
You can keep them for 2 weeks. After that, you must return them.
Okay, and what if I need more time?
You can renew the book. That means you ask to keep it longer.
Oh, I see. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Enjoy your reading.
Thanks, I will. That was a clear and simple example. It shows how to ask about borrowing and returning books.
Yes, and the key phrases were, how long can I keep them? And you can renew the book. These are very useful in real life.
Let's continue with another common situation. Sometimes you don't know the exact title of a book. You only know the topic. In this case, you can say, do you have any books about science? Or where can I find books about learning English?
Right. And the librarian might answer, yes, they are in aisle 3, or the English learning books are near the computer section.
Here's another useful phrase. Can you recommend a book for me? This is polite and helpful if you are not sure which book to choose.
That's a good one. Asking for recommendations can help you find better resources.
Okay, now let's practice again with another example conversation. This will be our second example conversation.
Excuse me, can you recommend a book for learning English grammar?
Of course. Do you want a beginner book or something more advanced?
I think I need a beginner book. My level is not very high.
No problem. We have some good books for beginners. One is called Basic English Grammar.
That sounds good. Where can I find it?
It's in aisle 4 on the middle shelf.
Thank you. And can I also find books with English conversations?
Yes, you can. Look in the same section. There are books with dialogues and practice exercises.
Perfect. That's what I need.
Great. If you need more help, just ask me.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Enjoy your study.
That was another practical example. And again, notice how polite the student was. Excuse me, can you recommend? That makes the conversation smooth.
Yes, politeness is key. Now, let's talk about studying in the library. Sometimes students go to the library not just to borrow books, but also to study. You may need to ask, where can I sit? Is this seat taken? Can I study here? Is there a quiet study room?
Those are all useful. For example, if you see an empty chair but you're not sure if someone is using it, you can ask, is this seat taken? That's very polite.
Exactly. Now, Kevin, let's make another role play. This time, a student is looking for a place to sit and study. This will be our third example conversation.
Excuse me, is this seat taken?
No, it's free. You can sit here.
Thank you. I just want to study for my exam.
No problem. I am also studying.
Do you mind if I use my laptop?
Not at all, as long as you keep the sound off.
Of course. I'll put my headphones on.
Great. Are you studying English too?
Yes, I am practicing my grammar and vocabulary.
That's good. I'm studying history.
Maybe later we can take a break together.
Sure, that sounds nice.
Okay, I'll start my work now. Thanks again.
You're welcome. Good luck with your exam.
That was very realistic. Many students face this situation, and it's good to know how to ask politely.
Yes, exactly. So today we've learned greetings, asking for help, borrowing books, asking for recommendations, and finding a place to study.
And we practiced 3 conversations that showed real-life library situations.
The important thing to remember is always be polite, use simple phrases, and keep your voice soft.
That way, you can communicate well in the library and feel more confident in English.
Kevin, as we continue talking about libraries, I want to share something. When I was younger, I used to spend whole afternoons in the library after school. It was quiet, safe, and full of adventure in the books. Do you also have any special memory in the library?
Yes, Anna, I remember in middle school, the library was my favorite hiding spot. Whenever I felt tired or stressed, I went there to read. I loved sitting by the window where the sunlight came in and just getting lost in a story.
That sounds wonderful. I think many people can relate. Libraries are not only about studying, but also about finding peace.
Exactly. And for English learners, it's also a great environment to practice. Sometimes when you pick up an English book, you don't understand every single word, but little by little, you start to catch the meaning.
Yes, that's a very good tip. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. Reading is like exercise for the brain. Each time you read, you get stronger.
And remember, you don't always have to read long novels. You can start small. Short stories, children's books, or even magazines are excellent for building vocabulary.
Oh, I agree. I once recommended to my students to read picture books in English, even if they are adults. It may sound funny, but the language is clear and simple, and you can really learn a lot.
That's true. And sometimes the stories are fun for all ages.
Now, let's give our listeners another useful phrase. When you are in the library and want to ask someone for help, you can say, "Excuse me, can you help me find this book?" Or, "Could you show me where the history section is?"
Very good examples. And if you're talking to a librarian, you can also say, I'm looking for books about science, or do you have this book available? These are polite and simple phrases.
Yes, politeness is very important in the library. Use please and thank you.
And one more important rule, speak softly. Libraries are quiet spaces, so don't raise your voice.
That's right. A library is like a safe island of silence in a busy world.
Hi, Kevin. What are you reading?
Oh, hi, Lena. I'm reading Harry Potter. It's one of my favorite books.
Really? I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't read it yet. Do you like it?
Yes, I love it. The story is exciting, full of magic, and the characters are amazing. What about you? Do you have a favorite book?
I think my favorite is Charlotte's Web. I read it when I was a child, and I still remember it.
That's a beautiful story. I think it's a great choice.
Thanks. Maybe I should try Harry Potter next.
Yes, you should. I think you will enjoy it.
So, friends, today we explored the wonderful world of the library. We talked about how libraries are not only for studying, but also for adventure, peace, and imagination.
That's right. We also practice useful English phrases like how to ask for help in the library, how to find books, and even how to ask a friend about their favorite book.
Yes, and I think the key lesson is this. Learning English can be fun when you connect it with your real life. A library is a perfect place for this. You can learn new words, discover amazing stories, and practice speaking politely.
And don't forget, start small if you are a beginner. Children's books, short stories, or even magazines are a great way to build your confidence. Step by step, you will grow stronger.
Exactly. Learning a language is like building a library in your mind. Every word is like a book you add to your collection.
What a beautiful way to put it, Anna. So, dear listeners, keep reading, keep practicing, and don't be afraid to ask questions when you're in the library.
Yes, and remember, English is a journey. Enjoy each step and celebrate your progress.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you learned something useful and fun.
Until next time, keep reading, keep learning, and keep smiling. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss other videos.
Bye bye, everyone.